All right, so this model that we're seeing here is a simple model of a carotid artery. It has about approximately 1.5 million points in the model, and it captures geometry from the common internal and external uh, cardio carotid branches of the artery. The model has enabled some characteristics here. Um, WSS is uh, wall shear stress, which is essentially the frictional force that the flow of the blood has on it as it's moving through the artery. Obviously, pressure, blood pressure, time derivative, traction, and velocity of the blood as it is in the artery. So from this first visualization, it's demonstrating the inverse correlation between velocity of blood um, and pressure. So as you can see from these slices, um, the blue regions on the slices are um, representing uh, lower velocity, whereas the red is symbolizing higher velocity as the blood moves through the artery um, towards this bifurcation and through each ventricle or through each offshoot here. The actual artery itself is color coded based on the pressure of the artery. And you can see that where the velocity is primarily lower based on these slices that we see a higher pressure in that area. And the vice versa is true when you get out here to see higher velocities and lower pressures. Yeah. And moving on to our next visualization, we're going to change the representation of the actual artery a little bit for visual purposes. We're going to look at glyphs. Here we go. And this is going to be a pretty similar, oh, sorry, we're going to look at the pressure glyphs. And this is just showing similar to the previous visualization, um, the inverse pressure velocity relationship, kind of in a different way through glyphs. So we could see here that the size of the actual cones are representative of the velocity at each point. So here you can see that smaller cones have lower velocity, whereas the color itself actually represents the pressure. So again, we see a higher pressure and a lower velocity in these areas, as well as a higher density of these cones. So that means a lot of the blood is kind of collecting here and causing, you know, some pressure before this bifurcation. Moving to our last visualization, uh, we're going to select the 2D glyph. Just see a different way to produce these glyphs, and we're going to look at these at a larger color scale. Um, so this visualization shows the relationship between wall shear stress. Oh, if I there we go. Yep. So this clip here that we took, cutting the actual artery in half to see the inside, um, shows the wall shear stress. So we can see in the darker areas, uh, lighter stress on the artery, and these pinch points, um, we're noticing a higher actual stress on the artery. Uh, and like we were mentioning, this region has a very high pressure rating as the blood is moving through each possible pathway. And you can kind of see at that actual bifurcation point, due to this high pressure you're seeing in these glyphs, that the actual wall shear stress is very high in this location and this location as you actually are bending, kind of the blood is flowing through the artery here.